Yeah, you can start.
Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatah. Preaching Officer Yasha Allah checking in to you, reporting boots on the ground. Got a special guest with me. Got Officer 50 Shaka War in the building.
You're
And we also got Trooper Mawasar and young man Goyala in the building for this special edition of Boots on the Ground. This time I'm gonna pass the mic to Officer Shaka War. He got some disturbing news to bring to y'all today.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
First of all, Shalom, Lord of Christ, got my head covered, right? And listen, it's UPK attire. I just want y'all to know it's UPK attire.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, listen, quickly, man. Hey, shout out to Officer Yashla for doing Boots on the Ground, being on point with these news about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native people being in our community and what's going on in our community, man. I want to give a shout out to Officer Yashla. But I have some more disturbing news. This right here in the ghetto, you're not going to see this on news. You're not going to see this in the stations. You're not going to see this on the channels or none of that. This is coming straight from the horse's mouth. I've seen this, witnessed this personally. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native people, we have to come and gather together and stop being so spread apart. It is a nasty and disgusting thing when two mothers is watching their daughters fight. It is disgusting. When two young ladies are fighting over BS in the streets, she said, he said, they said, and you're fighting in the street. And it's disgusting when these two sisters are fighting. But what makes it even more disgusting, the parents was there and the aunts and the cousins was there rooting it on. It's disgusting. It's sad that our people can't gather together. Somebody pull that. Give it to me, Yash.
The book is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
Read.
Gather yourselves together.
It says what?
Gather yourselves together.
Tell me where you at again.
It's the book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
The holy book, the separate book, our culture, our history book says gather yourselves together. Go ahead.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. We are in the same ghettos. We are in the same slums. We are in the same abandoned houses. We are in the same rat and roach infested houses. And we're fighting and going to war with one another instead of gathering together. And I found it depressing and disgusting and sad. And it's downright heart-wrenching that I seen two young sisters fighting. And what made it more sad was the parents was rooting it on.
Good night.
It was two sisters fighting and their mothers saying, whoop her tail and do this and do that. It's disgusting, Israel. It's disgusting that two sisters is fighting one another and they're fighting each other for BS. The mothers it's sad that the mothers is rooting it on. Where are the goddamn fathers?
Right.
Where are the fathers? We don't need a black man in a black house. We need a black man in every black house. We need a Hispanic man in every Hispanic house. We need a Native man in every Native house. That's what we need. It's sad and disgusting. Finish the scripture out, Bob Gashal.
Actually, precept for what
you finished the scripture.
That was the end of that one.
Oh, read the next scripture.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I will give children to be their princes.
What?
I will give children to be their princes.
Go ahead.
And babies shall rule over them.
And what?
And babies shall rule over them.
What?
And babies shall rule over them.
Right now in the streets, in our communities, in black, Hispanic, and Native houses, the children are ruling over the parents. It is a disgusting thing when the parents are belittling themselves and lowering their standards as parents, when they stop sparing the rod and sparing the child. When they're not beating their children, they're not punishing their children, they're not putting order to their children. It's a sad and disgusting thing because that means there's no structure. And where there's no structure is called disorder and a lawless place called America. Read.
And the people shall be oppressed.
And what?
And the people shall be oppressed.
And because of this, our children and our families and our communities are oppressed because the children are running the world. Not the parents, not the adults. We have children that don't know nothing about the world, running the world. When your child tells you, shut up, mom, or shut up, dad, it's a disgusting thing. When the parent shut up and doesn't chastise their child. Read.
Everyone by another.
Everyone's being ruled by another. Go ahead.
And everyone by his neighbor.
And everyone by their neighbor. Your children are running your neighbors. Your neighbors are afraid to come outside because your children sell drugs and are the drug dealers and sell it and got the guns and will shoot their gang members. Your neighbors are afraid to come outside, afraid to say anything because they're afraid of being murdered. The children is running the streets, guys.
The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
And the proud is sticking their chest out and saying, shut up, old head. You don't know life. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to be litty. You don't know what you're talking about. You didn't live as long as you lived. And know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
And the base against the honorable.
And the basic people are against the honorable people. This is what's happening in our communities. And it's a sad thing. And I bring to you today on Boots on the Ground, man, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Yea, gather together. Because it's time to get together, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native people. And let's stop being ripped apart from one another and going to war with one another and gang on gang violence. I'm Precinct Officer 50 Kashakawa, and I'm spitting live to you from Boots on the Ground with Officer Yashala. And man, listen, man, gather together, man, get in this truth, learn who you are, know better, do better, live better.
Real quick, precept.
Final concept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
The who? Say it again.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
The children are your oppressors. Go ahead.
And women rule over them.
And what?
And women rule over them.
And what?
And women rule over them.
She makes more money than you because she has the apartment in her name, because she has the house in her name, the cars in her name. So guess what? They rule over you. And guess what? That's why the children run the world, because the women don't know diddly squat.
Go y'all.
Slakia, sir. It's so sad with our people. Growing up with us, we used to make that when a person died, it was T-shirts and obituaries and everything. Now it's so sad they making cardboard mannequins of brothers and sisters. So you can stand next to.
I seen them.
It's
disgusting.
If I may, it's even deeper than that, Goyala. There was a performance on stage. They brought the dead body of the brother fully clothed with the casket standing up and him propped up in the casket.
Absolutely.
With the fresh gear on, looking fresh and fit. And he's on stage while they doing a performance for him. The soul done left the body already. It's just an empty shell. But they out there got strippers swinging from chandeliers.
Listen,
they
had the stripper twerking on the dead body.
Right.
Good night.
Listen, they had the stripper twerking on a dead body. And guess what? Because children. And when I say children, I mean the youth.
Right.
The 20-year-old people said this is what he wanted. They desecrate life.
Right.
They desecrate the Lord's name. They desecrate the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments because the children have rule of the world. You know why? Because the women rule over the men. You know what? When there's no men in the household, when there's no men following the laws and statutes and commandments, when there's no structure, because the men is the cornerstone. And when there's no man being the cornerstone, you have destruction.
Right.
You have destruction because the woman is ruling. And then she puts her children into place. You know how many women are saying, baby, now you're the head of the house because your father's in jail. Baby, you're now the head of the house at 12, 13, 14, 15. Right. You're the man of the house now because you're selling drugs, because you carry a gun, because you're a gang member. You're the man of the house.
Weak as hell, sir.
And guess what? That house is weak.
Right.
It's weaker than straws. It's weaker than anything. It's softer than baby dew.
It's broken.
Yes, the house is broken. Yeah, absolutely. Also, you're right. Also, yes, the house is broken. And this is why I came to speak out on Boots on the Ground, man. We have a broken family. We have a broken home. Because our children is running the world and the mothers is running over the households of men.
Right.
Precept, sir.
But we're going to do one more precept and then we're going to shut it down.
Quickly, let's get to the precept.
Salakia,
And
sir.
it's said that we got to go through this as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
We're the only nations of people that don't band together, especially during times of tribulation, knowing we're in the latter days. The Euphrates is dry.
Hey,
The Euphrates is now dried
Right.
up.
Right.
When are y'all going to wake up and get it? We're in the
Salakia,
latter
man.
days.
They too busy tucking chains.
We don't chuck our Dawadah.
That's right. I got
Salakia.
the precept out of
Go
Mark.
ahead.
Precept.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27.
Go ahead.
No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Hey, what? Wait. Now,
Run that.
so hold up. Slow down. Read that. Let him taste the words. Go.
Khan of Wakan. This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27.
Go ahead.
No man
No man. Go ahead.
can enter into a strong man's house.
No man can enter a strong man's house. Imagine trying to enter a man house that's willing to fight bears, lions, and tigers. You're not going up in there.
You know what happens, sir?
What happens? Tell him.
The goddamn oppressor went into that home and took the strong man out.
Exactly.
And that's how the structure got broken.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And then he told the sister, you don't need no man. Put him on child support.
Right.
He's not here. How are you going to survive?
Right.
Put him on child support so he can pay while I take him out of the home for you.
Right.
While I throw him in jail.
Go ahead. Get the rest of this piece.
Khan of Wakan, sir. And spoil his goods.
And what?
And spoil his goods.
Ain't nobody just coming into a black strong man's house. When I say black, I mean Hispanic, Native people. Ain't nobody just coming in his house and spoiling his goods. I mean taking what he's earned. Go ahead.
Right.
Khan of Wakan. Except he will first bind the strong man.
Except if he bind it first. And at first, what also Yashua brought out is that the oppressor came in and bind the strong man. He came and told the black man, Hispanic man, Native man that he wasn't nothing and worth nothing. And the only way that he can get any help is that he had to let his woman take control of that household and then put him on child support. It's disgusting. Hold on. It's disgusting. It is disgusting.
Right.
The only way to take control of a strong man's house is if you bind him. You have to tie him up. That means they came in with the toolie, smacked you all side of the head, and tied you up and said, now where's the money? That's the only way that you can take from a strong man.
Slack, if I may. He took the 9 to 5 away and said, here, sell these drugs. Here's a gun. Go shoot your people. So I can lock you up
I'll give you one better.
and pay you 50 cents a day.
I'll give you one better. He did better. I'll give you one better. He did more than just took the 9 to 5 away. He took your will to live and want more.
Right.
He took your culture and said, here, sell drugs. Follow me. Took your culture. Go ahead, go
If
ahead.
I may, so just once.
Please.
He bonded the strong man by flooding the drugs and the heroin in our community.
Absolutely.
Goddamn
My
right.
father, like, not to get, I don't want to get personal, but
Please. Quickly.
my father was a boxer, sir.
Right.
He had got on dope. It was over for boxing. It was leaning. Now I'm in the streets running around acting crazy.
Right. Because guess what?
He was bounded. He was bounded.
Because guess what? If your father wasn't bounded and he was a strong black man and a boxer, guess what? He would have been on television as one of the greatest fighters.
That's right.
And guess what would have happened? He would have inspired you
Right.
to be a greater fighter.
That's right.
And that's where we lose every time. And that's why the children is ruling the earth the way they're ruling it. Because there's no men, there's no men other than the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge that's giving men courage.
That's right.
That's giving men this outstanding to poke their chest out. And I don't mean proudly in disrespect or dishonor, but I'm talking about to poke their chest out and stand as a man.
Right.
Right.
There's no other place that's doing this. Because everywhere else, they want you to tuck your tail between your legs. And I don't mean no physical tail. I mean your rod. Tuck it between your tail and say, put on a dress and carry a merce or purse and say, I'm he, him, her, they, them. It's disgusting.
That's right.
And guess what? The mothers is okay with it because they're breeding animals.
Right. Slack, if I may, before we wrap this up, let me go a little bit deeper. Remember when you was a little kid and you seen the drug dealer on the corner, or you seen that family member, that uncle, high on dope, and you used to try to help pick him up because he was slumped over. And as a kid, you said to yourself, I don't like this. How the hell did we go from that to becoming that same drug dealer selling the damn drugs that we used to fight against as kids?
Right.
You know what's sad?
Or doing
Because
it, sir.
because
I watched my grandmother smoke cigarettes and used to try to get her to stop, and then I ended up smoking cigarettes after she
I'm
died.
going right
No,
into what
no,
you say.
sir.
Mama Saw said something outstanding, and what you're saying also, Yashua, is marvelous because you watch your grandmother smoke and then became a smoker. You hated buying. I hated going to the store for the cigarettes. Virginia Slim menthols. I'll never forget them. Right, Paul Mall for my other grandmother.
That was your brand.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I was there. I was
died
there.
from lung
I
cancer
was
and breast
there.
cancer at the same damn
Listen,
time.
I was there. But
Right.
check this out. Here's the ill part. Here's the disgusting part. Here's the disgusting part about our people. Pay close attention to this, Israel. We the same ones that hate our grandparents for not hate them, but hate the cigarettes that our grandparents smoke, and then turn around and smoke. We the same people that hate the cancer, hate the lung cancer, hate the fact that they died and they kept smoking when they was dying of lung cancer and kept buying cigarettes. We hated that. But we the same people that go out and smoke weed and smoke cigarettes, smoke Black and Milds,
Right.
and smoke the same cigarettes. It's disgusting.
That's right.
We're hypocrites.
Don't forget the
We're,
fake pins.
we're hypocrites. We're disgusting. But what Malasar brought out, his is what is also heavy. And it's exactly to what I'm just was saying. Not only do we become the drug dealers, we hated the drugs our parents was on. But then not only did we turn around and sell the drugs, but a lot of us turned around and become the users of that same drug.
Right. Right.
How dare we? Here's the bigger part. How dare we not give the truth a chance to
Right.
work in our lives? How dare we not be men and stand up? Stop tucking your rod. Stop tucking. Women, be soft. Stop being masculine.
Right.
Stop trying to think you don't need no man. Because there is a black man needed in every black house.
Right.
And there's a Hispanic man needed in every Hispanic house. And there's a Native man belonging in every Native house. Stand up. Gird up your belt.
Select it for me. Let me help bring it home. It's so ugly to watch two grown men fight. So it's even uglier to watch two mothers cheer their daughters on as they fight each other
Absolutely.
as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Absolutely.
Let me help y'all understand. Let me help y'all digest this. Stop fighting each other and fight them damn demons.
Right.
Fight the sin. Try that.
Right.
Fight the oppression. Try that.
Right.
Instead of fighting one another and cheering one another on, why don't you cheer yourself on to tighten up and wake up?
Right.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, you had something to say? Go ahead,
Real
give me
quick.
the scripture.
Like I said, I just want to finish the scripture because this is heavy.
Go ahead, Baba
Right.
Shaw.
And then he will spoil his house. Slock it, if I may. Just
Please.
after you burn a strong man, because the man is the most important thing in a family structure. He's
Right,
the-
right,
the
right.
kids, the dog, the house, the garage, everything. He's more important. Without him, nothing functions right.
Right.
So
Right.
once you bind him, the whole house is spoiled, sir.
Right. And
Goddamn
listen,
right.
and that's exactly what we were just saying and bringing out. Once you bind the strong man, once you bind a black, Hispanic, Native man, you destroy the home. And that's why our children are running around here
Right.
loose without
Right.
any thoughts and just want to stay lit and want to be in the end. And with that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Hunter. And since 1969, we've been delivering this truth that blacks, Hispanics, and Native people are the true people that the Bible speaks of as God's chosen people.
That's right.
Shalom, Israel.
This priest officer Yashua report to you again from Boots on the Ground. Shalom.
That's right. That's right. Let's stop on these